Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Let's all stand up and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you everybody for coming. Do we have any new people tonight? I don't see any new people. This guy right here. Oh.
John Ho.
Oh, they're still coming in. Okay, Jim, you have a financial report for us?
I ordered this for you.
A financial report and the minutes for the last month? You want to do it from up here because it's on camera?
No. Basically, last month the gross income was $1,649.35. The expenses were $280 for the outhouse, $620 for food and prices. This has to do with the outing. 5 silver rounds are given away, 2 nuggets, and 10 bottles of gold. The total expenses were $620.77. And the net income was $1,028.58. And inside the bank account there is we have $16,344.26.
How much was that net?
$16,000 in the checking account.
16,000. Okay.
$16,344.26.
Okay.
And also, last month, 4 people signed up online through Wild Lake Cod for a total of $20.
Cool. So that's working. How about the minutes for last month's meeting?
I
Don't have it. All right. I guess just thank everybody for coming. I'm glad to see you guys. Were you at the outing? Oh, you missed a good outing. It was one of the best ones. Was what first one I went to, but it was a good one. When I joined OC 49ers, it was November 2017, and I got my membership package. Ryan gave me the membership package and everything, but the only thing that was missing was our bylaws. Bylaws are really important to what we need to run our organization, because we're not a club. We are a corporation, and the bylaws tell us how to run our corporation. It tells us exactly when to do certain things, like hold elections. It tells us what to do when we have a quorum, if we have a legal meeting, if the board of directors have a quorum, and if there are legal meetings. They tell us how to hold our elections and everything else. So from November 2017, we've been without our bylaws. And that had a lot to do with the conflict that we had with the old board and the old members that didn't want to give it up to us. So anyhow, what I'm looking at doing, hopefully this next month, is get a set of bylaws in here and get them to each and every one of you. Each and every one should read them before you come here, because they're going to be like 11 pages of them. And we're going to go over each one of the bylaws, and we're going to vote on the bylaws that we should keep and the ones that we should update and the ones that we should get rid of. So that's how you make a club efficient. That's why I waited a whole year before I even did anything with the club. And then in January, when they were doing the offices, I said, well, you know what? I can help with the organization of this stuff. I can help get the bylaws and everything done and get everything running smoothly. But I do not want to keep running this. I want someone else to take over and just go with it. But they need an outline of how to run the business, and that's what the bylaws do. There's several types of corporations. You got the C corp, you got the S corp, you got an LLC. Jim's probably got a professional corp, because professional people, doctors and lawyers, they have their professional corps. And then we got our closed corporations. A lot of the corporations are they don't sell the stock except to what's called a closed corporation, and that'd be like if 3 people here decided to open up a corporation and they would share the stock, or they would have an undivided interest of their stock in that company. But our company is a public benefit corporation, and a public benefit corporation means that each and every one of you have an equal stake in the corporation. There is no stock. Nobody owns any more than what's in it. The officers, the directors don't have any more say. We all get one vote. What happened when this organization was organized, 1 or 2 or 3 people decided, well, we're going to organize and do the corporation. And from that, they elected officers to actually run the corporation, not to own the corporation, but to do what the members wanted to do. It's the members' job to run the corporation. And when you got a group of people, you want to put money in a bank account. You don't put it in Ray's bank account. You don't put it in Marty's bank account. You open up a bank account where the corporation can, but then the officers are put in charge of that stuff. So that's why you incorporate for a nonprofit like ours. The corporation is to be run by the members. It's a shared interest, and it's usually run under Robert's Rules of Order. There's a process for when a group of people get together to discuss everything, so that one person doesn't feel taken advantage of, where a majority will get on board and do these things. And usually in the Robert's Rules of Order and in the bylaws, it'll state what a quorum is, so that if nobody shows up and one person shows up, they can't change the rules. That would be illegal. And that's almost what happened a year and a half ago. That was good. These people you had on the board, they were making up their own stuff, and I said that's crazy. So anyhow, I want to get over the next few months. I want to get the bylaws intact. Tommy's going to send us some tomorrow, and if we can get them printed out, we're going to get them out to everybody. And then if you can just bring them to the next meeting, and it's important that you attend the meeting so that we know we have a good representation of what people want and what they don't want. There's going to be a lot of things in the bylaws that are outdated, because this is 40 years ago, 40 years ago. And there's a lot of new stuff like conflict of interest that the state requires the corporation to have that I know aren't in the current bylaws. So that's one of the things that we're looking at doing right now. The other thing is, what was I going to say? We're going to be, in the next couple of days, Thursday, we're going to be meeting with Pat Keene. And this is going to be, he said I talked to him last month, and he said he would help us with the filing of the small minors exemptions. So hopefully we can get the cost of our filing our claims down to a reasonable fee, not $4,300, but down to about $900. So And then that would leave us like 3 extra years to stay in existence without having to. So we're gonna, a group of us are gonna be meeting with Pat then. But after that, we're gonna need some people to help volunteer to go out on the claims and do $100 worth of work on, you know, for me. Marty and I are gonna go, and anyone else who wants to go. I mean, the more people, we're gonna charge like $25 an hour. We may have to buy some gravel. We might put park benches down. You know, if we just take a park bench and put it out there, that might qualify for our $100 assessment work. So maintenance and assessment, yeah. And
They allow you to leave that out there?
I don't know. That's what we got to find out.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to find that out. People build buildings out there, so.
Illegally.
No. I think you can build buildings on claims.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. All right.
Your maintenance deal, if you level out a road,
Right.
that's part of the maintenance.
Picking up the trash, that's part of the maintenance. Weeding, getting rid of the weeds. You know, there's a lot of stuff to maintenance. Putting in the markers, property markers. You know, staking the property. That's all things that have to be done. And
There's a couple of terms, different types of claims, and I think our claims fall under where you can't have a building, a permanent structure on it. Other claims have it such that you can build on it. So it's more like they're patented and not patented. Correct.
Yeah.
Ours, I believe, the club.
yeah, we're unpaid.
Okay, so that means that they're not technically allowed to.
Okay, well,
They just don't, they're not looking for squatters to start building shanty towns.
Right.
So something like a bench is, I mean, that's gonna be non-intrusive, really.
right.
How long would it last for somebody to take?
Well, we just need it for 1 year.
You know, somebody to take,
Steal it.
yeah.
No, look, we needed to file our
We got so
affidavit.
many people out there checking our claims. It's pathetic.
No, I was at the RRC and I saw people out there that I never saw before, so, but that doesn't mean they weren't in the club, so,
Not everyone's asking, but
yeah.
more likely to go along.
They were doing the dry washing, so,
But they were club members. I think they ended up going down to HMC 1.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of those guys up there.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen them ever before that, so I kind of took them at their word that they were. And
Yeah.
Travis and Tad were with them, and they didn't seem to worry about it. But Jim, you have anything to say? How about our wild apricot? What do we got going with that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a quick request. I wanted to explain, when Travis was discussing the InReach satellite phones or off-grid, let me get it here real quick. I started using it a couple of years ago, and I introduced Travis to the sat phone, and it's for texting when you're off-grid, so you don't have to pay as much as a real satellite phone, but it still gets you any service worldwide. This is an example. I was at East Fork, so I'm about 4.5 miles up by the Bridge to Nowhere. Everyone knows there's no service up there. So I sent a text, and I can send a text from this phone, and it's only about the size of a 2-way radio, and it weighs only about 3 ounces. I sent a text to family and friends so they know where I'm at for emergencies. But this is an example. It shows up. This will show up just like this on your phone, your cell phone. So if you're at home and your spouse or family or a friend is gone, they can send you a message anytime that they want where they're at. You get this on your screen on your iPhone or your cell phone, and you have the message and they read it right off the bat. So, okay, they know you're safe, you made it, okay, no snake bites or mountain lion attack. And the little blue lettering you see up there, all I have to do is touch that, and that's a link that it opens on their cell phone or their email or computer. It opens up a topo. The state takes it straight to Garmin, map.
There.
And right there, and it shows where I'm at in the mountains, it pinpoints me. So I can say, hey, they know exactly where I'm at in case they can reach me now, and I can reach them via the satellite phone, but they know where I'm at. And if you go even closer on the same picture, that blue pinpoint is where I am at the East Fork up by the Bridge to Nowhere. You can't get cell phone service, even up there at the top of the mountains. It's
Did
very,
they give them coordinates?
yes. When you touch, if you zoom in even more, it's going to give you, now if you zoom in on your picture on your phone, you just open it up even more. You know, you like a plus or minus. Yeah, you zoom in, now it shows not just the topo there, but it shows you your actual, next picture, please. Yeah, the next picture, which is the satellite, and now you can see the actual mountain and the river there. And where that blue pinpoint is where I'm at the Horseshoe Mine, camping right across on the river. And in the same message, you're right. The question is, yes, it sends them a spontaneous waypoint, so they know exactly where, if they needed to give it to emergency rescue services or friends that want to go meet me up there, they know exactly where I'm camping. So that's a good example of being safe. I've been up there on my own and done the same thing. This last trip I was out last week with somebody, so they didn't have a sat phone, but I did, and I can send a message for them too. The most important thing is this exact same situation happens or shows up if I hit the SOS, because then it goes to search and rescue.
Right.
And they can respond within 2 minutes back to my phone or sat phone. And then they always respond, okay, they double check to make sure it wasn't a false alarm. But then they give you an update as their ETA, because they know where you're at, and then they know, do they need a helicopter? Can they get in there in 2 or 3 hours, or what's the situation? But this is really important, because Travis didn't have this information to show the club before. But I use this when I go off-grid like that. Not just for one day, but I usually go up to the East Fork in those areas, 4 or 5 miles for 2 to 3 days. And it's nice, because I might want to stay an extra day. And usually when you go someplace, you want to give someone a deadline or timeline that you're going to be coming back. I don't want to say deadline, but timeline. But if you choose to stay an extra, you find, honey hole. You don't want to leave it, you don't want to stay there and get your money's worth. So you can just get on your sat phone, just get a small clearing, even in the canyon, the smallest clearing will give you reception. And then you send this, and they have that within 2 minutes. And then they can reply and let you know what's up. If you need to come home, they'll tell you, hey, I need you to come home, then you cut your trip short. But that's really a valuable tool. The sat phones are only a few $100 now. It's dropped in prices because they're so competitive now. And it's just a regular service like your mobile phone service. You can just choose a year-round monthly program, or you can activate it, or you can just activate it for the season that you want to be using your sat phone, and you don't have to pay every month. You're around the clock. So but that's an excellent tool for safety. Because I know people say, oh, you go up by yourself. And then we go up there and there's still mountain lions, there's bears up there, two-legged snakes. There's a lot of other issues that you can run into. But that's critical if you want to go off-grid with some friends or yourself and to have that. So I've been in Northern California. I've been all over the place with this one little InReach phone. And it works off of the same satellite system that the military uses. So it's pretty turnkey. Yes, sir.
What's this phone like that cost?
Just
Couple hundred.
there, yeah, $300, $250, $300, $350. You can shop Amazon. It's called InReach. It's like InReach, right? I'm sure that I got mine 4 or 5 years ago, and it was about $300. So I still think it's about the same price. But the nice thing is, the program you sign up for, you don't have to pay. Like, you're not going to go some of these places or in the desert, in the summertime.
Right.
You just don't sign up for those months, and you don't pay for it. You just activate it for the months. And when you activate it, you get a 4-week spread, take it or leave it, and then you pay for a month. It's like $20, but it could save your life or a friend's life. If you're driving out in the desert and you have no phone reception, and you get stuck on a boulder, you blow out 2 tires, or something goes wrong.
That's a big worry there.
It's a big worry. What are you going to do? It's 90 degrees. You got to hike out. When we go to, when you go off grid, sometimes I'll give an example. Route 66, we have claims Beautiful claims, great dirt roads, well graded, pretty well graded. It's a 20-minute drive from Barstow Road, which is asphalt on a dirt road, to our client. 20 minutes is no time, but that's 7 miles at 25, 30 miles per hour. Once we get there, if you have a breakdown, you're by yourself, that's a 7-mile long hike. All of a sudden, that's a long time. It's not like driving out. So if you have a sat phone, you don't have to call search and rescue. You can just call your buddy. You can call someone in town. You can call, anybody just outside that gets reception and say, hey, can you send someone in here to pick me up? I'll get my car later. Just get me out of here. So I really, really endorse doing an in-reach program like that, or research the sat phones. And it's really nice. People will know exactly where you're at and your conditions, how you're feeling. If you're going to say, when you could read those, if you had read them, it said, I sent messages. I would say, okay, we reached our destination. We're safe. All is okay. And you can even ask them, don't reply. They'll skid it anyway. And because, you have battery life that you want to conserve. So you don't want them people are text crazy sometimes. Oh, what's the weather like? All this other stuff. You don't need to burn up your battery on that. So you can control the conversation. You can even pre-program a text message. So all you hit is one button and it sends them a message that says, all is okay, camping trip on track. And the person gets it, they see exactly where you're at, and it's all done. So it's very, very, it's very good system to carry with you. Water and sat phone. Satellite. I'm sorry. Yeah, abbreviated SAT satellite. Abbreviation. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just gonna do a quick overview of the new site.
The
Website. This is the homepage here. When you go to it, what you're gonna find, some of the useful links are our Facebook, right here on to the right, Twitter, and our YouTube, which we're streaming live on right now. So anyone can be watching this meeting. Up here, right now, you're just seeing the public page. Anyone, and you can see this info, this is without logging in. So you're gonna find the main menu items up here along the top. Join us is for anyone that wants to sign up, and go in there to sign up. Events is where we'll post any events coming up. There's nothing currently, but it shows the past events, which is today's meeting, the outing. So any events that we have planned, we want to put them in here. This is where you'll find them. The forums, there's a little bit of discussion about the forums here and what's going to be available for the public and what's going to be only for members. Anything that's right here that has a little eyeball across through it, only members can see those forums. So anything you post in there, and remember to see it, anything that has the logo, this is open to the public. So far, there's been no posts in there. It's all fairly new, and we're still trying to figure out how to use this. I think we're also going to be adding in a buy-sell form. So if anyone wants to post any equipment they have for sale or any discussions, we can discuss in the forums.
How do members get into it?
I'll get to that in a moment. You'll log into the website. Once you log in, all the other items will open up. News right now, we just have our newsletter under it. Think about your newsletter. The newsletter is actually in 2 places right now because I'm testing to see what's going to be the best place to post regularly. The reason I put it here is because it also sends out an RSS feed, which will essentially, if anyone ever subscribes to it, it can help bring awareness to the club and the newsletter. But it just doesn't, in my opinion, then you have to click on the link here to go to the newsletter. It's just not as streamlined as the way I have it on the page that members only see. So I may continue to post it in both places for now, just primarily for this RSS feed. Meetings, I believe under here, it just gives a general overview of the meetings and says when they are. Has contact info. This is the email address that actually reaches me. We have our phone number now, which is at the bottom of every page. Contact us. We'll take anyone to this form. Fill out this form and sends me an email. So this is where I get inquiries about any kind of new offer memberships or any questions for people that aren't members. You as a member, when you log in, you have the ability to actually message members directly through a form similar to this. So to log in, you go here to the right-hand corner, it says log in. You should have all received your username and password. Your username is just going to be your email. Your password is randomly generated by the system. See if I can remember my password. I haven't stored it anywhere.
I was curious, is there an about us link?
There is not yet.
How many times can you do that before it locks you off?
Many times as you want.
It's not Facebook.
Yeah, it doesn't get you. That's good to know. If you keep trying all day long. Apparently, I can't remember my own password. There we go. Got it. And it was only one of about 50. So once you log in, you're going to get primarily the home page again, but you will now see a few new options up here. One being the claims guide. This is where you can access this is the most current copy of the claims guide that I have. There are a few changes that need to be made in it. Just click on that, it's going to open up the PDF. It's going to give you our claims guide. The directory is the directory of all the current members. So you can type in a member's name, or you can just go on the list. You can pull up any of the members. And you can send them a message. It's also going to display their info.
If you don't know the last name, you can do the first name.
Yeah, it's a Boolean search. You can put in the first few letters, first name only, last name only, full name. It'll search anything you put in there.
It's not case sensitive?
Not case sensitive. Whatever you put in there is what it's going to search off of that. Now, if you see there's all the forms showing up here, if you go in and have access to all the forms, you can actually access them. Public wouldn't be able to get this far. Once again, there's been no posting, so there's nothing to actually see in there yet. Now you see there's news, but then there's also the golden one. This is where only members see this one, and this one to be presents better just because you click on it. And there you have it. You're going to have all the newsletters will show up in this list. You still go here, you're still going to have it, but it's an additional step to get to it. To me, it just doesn't display as nicely, but once again, if that RSS feed is more what I'm looking at. So we'll probably keep that link for now, just to keep the RSS feed going. Once you have the same meetings page, now what you'll find, if you go to your name right here, this is going to be your profile. That's where you get your membership card. You can open it up as a printable PDF working on your smartphone. Click on Image Optimized for Smartphone, it'll pull your membership card right on your smartphone, and that's going to keep your membership card current. So as you renew your membership, the renewal dates are going to keep updating. This is also any of your additional info. If you need to update your info, you can at any time. There's a edit profile right here. And that'll allow you to edit all your information. Any email subscriptions you have, any events that you registered for on our website will all show up there. Any invoices and payments, if you paid your renewal or you have a renewal that's due, it'll come up on there. And that's where you can process, if you need to pay your renewal, you can do it right on the website. So that's pretty much a quick overview of the site, how to get into it. We're going to continue to build off of it, so it's going to still a work in progress. That's where we are now. We've come a long way in terms of electronically putting all the membership together into this management system. It's gonna help us a lot, as well as save us a lot of time and money over the having to do everything by paper and shuffling everything all the time. It's also gonna help keep things reminded. You'll get reminder emails for your memberships too. I think it sends out a two-week reminder, and then a few-day reminder, and then of course if you go past your membership date, the system will automatically suspend you and send you a reminder if you missed your renewal, which you can always go in and renew it at any time. And now with this system, the expiration dates are 1 year from when you joined. They're no longer January to December. And the system allows us to easily do that when we don't have to keep track of the dates.
So their anniversary.
Yep, it's the anniversary date. So any new members, if they join in June, they join this month, they're good until next June. They will be joined. So when I entered everyone into the system, I went off of the last date that we paid. So that's within that window when your next expiration will be. And you can always check that in the system. Because it'll actually show on here when your renewal is due on your card as well. Anyway,
That's printable, you can print that out.
yeah, right, you click on printable PDF, and it'll download the PDF, just open it up,
So you can carry that with you. Or you can just keep it on your phone.
or you can just open it up on your phone. If you have a smartphone, you just click on the image optimizer for smartphones, and you can just store it on your phone.
For those of you who are not computer literate and don't have smartphones, I envy you. You're not being abandoned. They're not going to just throw you off to the side. The reason the club's doing this is the monthly newsletter costs about $400 a month. We would rather take that money and put it somewhere else. But if you're struggling with this, you come to meetings, and we'll help you get signed on, we'll help you do whatever you need to do. And you won't get the newsletter because the newsletter is going to be electronic. But if you're one of those folks who doesn't, can't get it, and maybe you would like to help out, what we could do is we could print it out for you, you can stuff the envelopes. And you can mail it out to folks who don't have the ability to do this online. So I just want to make it clear that if you have a computer, we have this thrown aside and we started.
As of right now, we have about 12 people who don't get it.
Yeah, we have about 12 folks that we know. So we don't want to lose you, we want to keep you with this. If you come in on a meeting day and Chris can help you get signed up, do whatever you need to do. You can write it out the own way.
The last year and a half, I'll give you my email address, where we will take it. I've never got it. It was like,
Are you part?
yeah,
Your email keeps bouncing. Let's go in there and fix that right now, because I've got you here.
But anyway, if you want to pay the old tax, cash and check, we can still accept that. You don't need to go online, you don't need to do a credit card. You're just gonna have to come to the meeting and Chris will help you get that taken care of.
And just when you do cash or check, it's just gonna take longer. When you do a credit card, the system immediately does it. So that's the other aspect. But the great thing about this, unfortunately, we didn't get it started until it was just a little bit delayed. But there was someone that was out at the LDMA claim, he sent me an email saying, hey, I'm out there this weekend. I heard you guys have some great claims, I'd love to try and work on your claim. There was no way to get him signed up within that 48-hour period. So he can get the claims guy and start working on our claims because it was still the old system. By the time we got this up and going, it had been like 2 weeks after he was already gone. He did reply back and said he appreciated that I replied to him right away and that he'll keep in mind for next time, and now he knows he can go right on the website, he can sign up right there, out on site, and start working the claim. So this is a big perk for the club. I already was noticing in the last month, it looks like we've had 4 new members sign up just directly on the site. So we didn't have to process any paperwork, nothing. They went on the site, they signed up, they paid, and they were active. The site didn't over.
It's the future. Any questions on this, guys?
I think somebody does that, you're authorized to give them permission to work, claim,
Yeah.
test it out.
Yep, but we didn't have this up yet, so I had no way to like collect this payment. I didn't want him to get the information and then he didn't pay us. So there was no way, the timing was just off by about 2 weeks. But that was a prime example right there by having the system. could have picked up a new member right then and there when they were out on site. You guys have it easy. I've got all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, you always have a few options.
You have anything else you want to?
Hey,
I'm
Chris,
gonna update Art's email address.
Okay.
hey, Chris,
Yes.
and I just sent you an email of some pictures of tailings plant. People haven't seen
Or Katie's.
it. Tailings.
So that picture,
Yeah, I just sent them to Chris.
it's
It's-
just a picture of the road.
Yeah, one of the pictures shows the road.
Yeah, it's in
All right, what's your email address? I've got
That's some.
LAChavez@verizon.net.
Yeah, it's L.E. Chavez.
It's in this picture. Giant.
I'm gonna email you yours and their password right now.
It's massive. I've been there. This truck barely got through the thing, but it got through. I was in RTC, and there's someone that's
I'll be able to change this.
You can, once you log in, you can change it. But it creates the password to the initial password.
Yeah, it's like below the town.
It's sending that to her. Yeah, I can see all these words, delivery failures.
It still says and it makes
Yeah.
Is that a rock formation in there?
Yeah,
It's underwater.
He's been there. Yes. And then now he's back here and probably.
Yeah. You gotta come up here.
Do you have any closing words for the?
Yeah.
We're still streaming.
Okay, we're still on camera, so no other questions, no other business tonight. Anybody have anything for anything? All right, yeah, Ray.
Route 66 is trying to put a bus trip together to go to Sacramento to be involved in the AMRA event that's going to be taking place up there. If anybody's interested in getting on the bus, we're still working out some of the final details, but call Mark Collins, the president of Route 66, and give him your name and that you're interested in how many people would be in your party. And that trip is protest is going to be the 27th of August in Sacramento, and then we're going to go over to the water board afterwards. So if the more numbers of people we have, the better showing it's going to be for our protest that we'll put together. And it's involving, Shannon Poe of AMRA and one of the other people. It's the tail end of their 300-mile walk that they're going to do on the Golden Chain Highway 49 into Sacramento. So it would be good that we are there to represent them as they come in. So Mark Collins' number I can give to you, and then you
Yeah,
can go
I
ahead.
have the number right now.
Oh, yeah,
Give it to Chris, and we can put it on the.
Okay, I'll give it to Chris.
Yeah.
Speak up though, to the people who are watching this.
562
I got it.
668-7181. 668-7181. Mark Collins, Route 66.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a break now, and let's buy some lotto tickets, some raffle tickets. I guess I'm feeling lucky. So, let's take a break right now.
If anybody's interested in looking at a piece of pyrite, that came out of Palo Verde Peninsula. My friend is a geologist.
Really?
Driller. He drills 2 foot diameter holes and lowers geologists down as far as 120 feet into the ground. This was one of 14 cases he pulled out of that hole. Never seen that on site over there at all.
Randy?
Randy,
He's got a fun job.
yeah, he was.
They did.
Yeah.